Good afternoon, Tshepiso. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. After 3 days of heavy, intensive training on the Consultative Selling concept, Mercury International. Tell us about your experience overall. How was it?
It was great. Normally I go into trainings looking to obviously learn something new. And there has been a lot of new things that I've learned. But for me, what's been most important personally is I've learned of things that I do that I should not be doing. and because we do a lot of role plays, I see these things either done by other people who are in the class with me, and then I pick up, that's what I do, and that's not really great. So that's been the most takeaway from me from this 3 days. Yeah.
You are a sales engineer in a very challenging environment. Please tell us some of the challenges that you are experiencing with your customers in the lately.
Okay, I think working in the mining industry, basically, if I can just say from the beginning, the challenges is it's a very male-dominated industry. I know there's a lot of change that's going on. There's a lot of women coming in, but it's still predominantly male-dominated. So when you come in as a young female, you already at a disadvantage. So that becomes the first challenge. And it can be extremely intimidating. And I think that's one of the reasons why we try to do sales training, just to try and get some structure to our heads, so that when you're walking into a place and it's quite intimidating, when you have a certain structure, then it's easier to kind of overcome those challenges. And the mining industry is not doing extremely well at the moment. So some of it is increasingly difficult to get the sales out of them. So my job entails opportunity fishing. So sometimes I need to go in where the client doesn't feel like they have a need at all, and actually create that particular need. So that's what the challenges currently are.
To what extent has the last 3 days prepared you better to meet those challenges?
Like I said, for me the most thing, for example, I just did a role play in class right now, and normally I would do this with my chair when I speak to the client. And normally when I do this in my head, I'm like, I wonder if this is distracting. And I'm like, it's probably not distracting. So now I was doing a role play with one of the guys in class, and they were doing the same thing. And I was sitting on the other side thinking, that's destructive. So at least now it's some of the things that I'm going to be extremely aware of. I've become aware as well that I tend to ask too many questions before the client gets an opportunity to answer. So most of the things that I've taken back, honestly, is the things that I should stay away from. And the structure has helped quite a lot. I see how a questioning structure can actually help one get more information, instead of, if you don't have structure, you end up deviating and going into topics that has nothing to do with what you came for.
If you could pick one thing from the last 3 days that you feel is going to make the biggest difference in your sales career, what would you say that would be?
I think it would be the questioning structure. I was saying to Natasha that because now I am aware of the questioning structure, I'm able to notice when I haven't received what I wanted from the client. So if I ask a question, because I ask it with a purpose, and the person who's role playing with me or the client on the other side is not answering the question the way I want it to be answered, because I'm aware of the question, I become aware that the answer was not answered. So I can find another way of asking it. Whereas sometimes you ask questions and the client answers or doesn't answer, but because you don't have a defined purpose for the question that you are asking, then you just move on. And then you get back to the office the following day, and it was a lovely meeting, but you just don't have what you were looking for. Because maybe the client was more interested about discussing prices.
So would it be accurate to deduct from what you just told me that you are going to extract more relevant information from meetings?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I'm very confident that I'll be able to get much more valuable information now out of the clients that I'm speaking to. Considering that I drive too far for very short meetings, it's going to come in extremely handy.
During the training, we also made use of video clips to help explain the more complex concepts of the training material that you went through. Did that help you in any way?
It did. It's easier when you're reading something, but it's even better when you're hearing someone say it, because you can hear the context, you can hear the tone. Sometimes when you're thinking about something in your head, and when the other person is listening to you say it, it doesn't sound the same, you know. So listening to most of them ladies on the videos speaking about these things, it kind of clicked in my mind how sometimes you could say something and you think it sounds one way and it actually sounds the other way. So that helps quite a lot in terms of figuring out the context and the tone and how to, you know, say things. So yeah, they helped quite a lot. Yeah.
Something that you may or may not know is that Mercury always picks our facilitators with 2 levels of experience in mind. The one is they must have sold.
Yeah.
They must, some of them even managed sales. And then specifically, they must have a lot of experience in the training room. To what extent were the examples used by the facilitators helpful for you?
It helps to have a facilitator who has a sales background. Firstly, because, well, first and foremost, they bring credibility. Because half the time, people think sales is a very glamorous job, especially if they've never done it.
Yes.
And they really don't understand the challenges that you deal with, especially when you're dealing with difficult clients. So it really, really helped that Natasha has been there. And some of the examples that she makes, you're sitting there, you're like, yes, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then you can relate. Then it becomes easier to listen to a person like that and to kind of understand them. So I think it's a really great way of trying to pick your facilitators, because it helps a lot.
If your best friend was also in sales, would you recommend this to them?
Yeah, of course. I was actually thinking, because I heard Natasha say that with one of the companies, one of the girls who here, the company is a client, so you do some sales with the sales group, and not just because from my company there's only 2 of us now. I think it would be great if we could do something like that with our whole sales team and actually be able to do it at our own premises. It would be actually great, yeah.
Tshepiso, thank you very much for the information. Thank you
Pleasure.
for coming in and sharing all that with us. We hope to see much more of you and hear many more stories of how you've implemented this successfully.
Okay, thank you so much. It's an
Goodbye.
absolute pleasure.